Hey y'all, Anime K-Man. Today I'm going to be reading the 21st episode of Tokyo Ghoul. And I gotta say, while this episode still had moments of Tokyo Ghoul, let's just rush everything because fuck all. It was still a pretty nice episode, just for the moments in the second half. And let me start out by mentioning the positives now. I enjoy how in this episode, you finally have the CCG investigators go through some development, because now that you've got the whole common enemy thing going down with like Kaneki becoming a giant ass monster centipede due to him eating all the Ogai, and this is all planned by Furuta. I kind of like that the whole two groups coming together, because it was nice to see where, realistically speaking, the CCG at the first were hesitant until you had people like Shizuya agree to it, and that was pretty nice because, for one, it shows you more characterization for Shizuya, because it shows you how much he values a relationship with Kaneki in a low-key way, because in the previous episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, you always see the Shizuya and Kaneki interactions pretty positive, or at least when Kaneki was Hase. And to see him go through with, yeah, let's work together because it'll make things easier, I kind of like that, because it shows you Shizuya's cool personality, and then it shows you a bit of character development with Saiko, where she also wanted to help work with the ghouls to try to extravagate Kaneki's body from the giant-ass centipede to help him out, and I like that. It goes to show you how at the start, Saiko in the first few episodes of Tokyo Ghoul was a lazy slob, but as the series has progressed, she's become more active. She's become a more fleshed out character. So, at the very least, while this show rushes almost everything, at the very least when it comes to the Queen Squad, when it comes to development for Shirazu, Saiko, and Yuri, they do a fantastic job. So, I gotta give it credit for that. And then it was also nice to see some Uri character development too, where Yumin had him in a few sequences where he went along with Saiko and all that. So that was pretty cool too. And then it was also nice to see the whole little moment where Mutsugi was going crazy, and she was saying it was her fault that Kaneki was in this situation. Then when she tries to kill herself, but then when Uri stops her from killing herself, I like that scene too, especially when Saiko tells Mutsugi that she doesn't want to see Mutsugi die, slaps her in the face, and then hugs her, saying that she loves her. Those scenes were sweet. And then Uri, when he even says that he feels the same way about Mutsugi that Saiko feels about Mutsugi, I like that scene too. You get to see Yuri also show out a bit more of his emotions, him caring for people. And then the little end scene where he's like, so, am I a good leader, Shirazu? That hit me in the feels, so gotta give it credit for that. This episode had a character development for Saiko Uri, and that was just good. The only Quinks member that they really fuck up is Mutsugi, because out of nowhere she's just fucking trying to get into a fight, and then she stops, and then she goes from that to wanting to kill herself, and it just feels like you get Mutsugi from season 1, and then you get this edgelord Mutsugi in this season, and it just doesn't really make you give a shit, because when this re-season started, season 4 of Tokyo Ghoul, it's like Mutsugi is like, oh, she was shown in flashes, and then she was shown in more flashes and scenes, and it just doesn't give you enough to piece together any sort of semblance from character development. It just goes from boom to boom without anything in the middle when it comes to Mutsugi. So that's like the only Quinks member from the ones introduced from the start that they really didn't do a good job of fleshing out, and that's really a shame. But at least 3 out of the 4 Quinks members, Period, did a good job. I gotta give them credit. And then, while those were positive sides about this episode kind of reared a few of its ugly sides though. And here's an example now. You have this scene where this Kano dude just kills himself, and then Period has like this somewhat sad music that, by itself, the music was good. But it's like, come on, Period. You barely show this Kano scientist. The only thing we know about him is that all of these people are after him. And then he kills himself and he says, I don't regret anything. And it's like, and then he was shown like maybe in like a previous scene that he was behind a lot of shit, but this anime really didn't tell us much about him, so him killing himself, it had no emotional weight, and I was like, whatever. And then when Hide comes back, and I know y'all are gonna say that Tokyo Ghoul Rude isn't canon, and while that may be true, and while y'all may be saying stuff like, oh, why don't you read the manga Rabbit came out? Well, this is the Tokyo Ghoul anime. There's a reason why there's a Tokyo Ghoul manga. For manga readers to read that. And it's not my fault that Period's like, oh, well, fuck it. We'll just make this non-canon fanfiction piece of shit in Tokyo Ghoul Rude, and then we'll just have people read the manga. That's just a fucking lazy way, and that's just making excuses for Studio Period. I mean, for fuck's sake. This studio that gives us like fucking 50, 60 Boruto episodes, they give us like a fucking 26 episode filler flashback episode art for Naruto Shippuden. And they, I mean, like, come on, we can't really make excuses for like this fucking studio at all. And you may argue that, well, they were forced to rush. That's not on me. Period should have had writers to like maybe think ahead, to maybe cut a few things here and there. And it's just bullshit how Hide is like here out of nowhere, because as an anime watcher, last time we saw Hide, he was fucking dead, and Tokyo Ghoul Rude, Kaneki was carrying him. So it was like Tokyo Ghoul rushing itself reared its ugly head again. But at the very least, the scenes with Hide were good, because it was nice to see how much he cared about Kaneki, saying stuff like, I've been here all this time trying to find people that can help out Kaneki. So that gives a bit of context to some of the previous scenes where we saw this dude with like this weird outfit. And it also was nice to get to see some insight on when Toko fell in love with Kaneki, and how Hide was curious to find out information about Kaneki's wedding, showing how much he cares about him as a friend. So all those scenes were nice, but they're just stained by the ending of Tokyo Ghoul Rude. If Period would have just had Hide like disappear in the finale of Tokyo Ghoul Rude and shit like that, then these continuity issues wouldn't be so fucking bad. But it just feels like Period just had the ending in Rude just to have like a fucking mindfuck ending without thinking of the consequences. So this is really going to hamper my enjoyment of the show. But at the very least, the scenes where the CCG and the ghouls are coming together, making a plan to like excavate Kaneki by using these metal detectors, was nice. And the Uri Psycho development was pretty good. Like, all these elements still made this episode at the very least a 6.5 out of 10. And made it above average despite all these negative elements. And I gotta say, at the very least, it wasn't a bad episode. Which is kind of sad that we've come to the point where it's like, hey, the episode's not bad. At the very least, that's nice. I mean, that's kind of sad, because at the start of Tokyo Ghoul, the standard used to be down. Almost every single, at least most of the episodes in the original Tokyo Ghoul they were good. And then Tokyo Ghoul the first half of it had some good moments too, and it just said it's come to this thing. But hey, at the very least, this episode was good, and it wasn't bad. So anyways, everyone, just comment down your thoughts in the episode below. Comment down your thoughts on how this episode stacks up to the manga. Rate the video, subscribe if you want to see more reviews or some of my other content, and I'll see y'all later, probably in a later time. I might be late for this Tokyo Ghoul review, because I might not be able to do it next Friday, maybe like a Monday or something, but I'll see when it comes time for that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a great and safe day, everyone. Bye bye.